Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jody and this is Russ Lover's Garage, and you can tell we're in the back of the Ford today. Yet another thing we're trying to get done before the Super Nats next month. And what we're going to try to do is put in a bed liner, a spray-in bed liner. Bought this, see, let's look over here and I'll bring in what we're doing. This is the Rocket XC Sim product. I purchased this from Eastwood. I've read through all the instructions, which is something I hardly ever do. Never have done this before, but I'm not going to let the fact that I don't know what I'm doing stop me. In 50 some odd years, that's never stopped me before. So we're going to go through and do all the prep work, get everything ready, and hopefully she'll turn out okay. I never have done this before. Seems to be a good product. The reviews on it is very high. Everybody speaks very well of this product. It is the part number 46650 black, and it is the tintable, meaning you can change the colors from black to whatever you'd like. And there are some steps you have to do there. But again, I'm not sponsored by Eastwood, nor am I sponsored by the Sim folks, but it does come highly recommended. We're going to take it apart and play with it, see what the outcome is. Thank you for sticking around, and I would like to ask if you would hit like and subscribe. We picked up a lot of new subscribers over the last week and a half, and would like to keep that momentum going. So hit like and subscribe, share, tell your friends about it. If you see something here you like, that's great. So we're going to get busy. Well, we have got the toolbox out. I think at the start you saw that. We've got the fuel tank disconnected, and that's going to be permanently replaced over the winter time. We're going to put it back here between the frame rails under the bed, but we've got everything cleaned up. We've got everything taped off. Got the alcohol bath, and we're just going to let everything dry overnight. They said put a fan on it and just basically let the air circulate on it, because obviously in North Carolina we got high humidity right now, so we got to get it every chance we can for the pores after the alcohol, for the pores of the metal to open up and hopefully take on what we are going to spray on top of it. But again, look right here. Remember this from the last video? Well, this is recommended to be used here on this application. So two opportunities to see this product at work in back-to-back videos. At this point, we've got all the cleaning done. I've got it wiped down with alcohol. It's really dried out overnight. This is obviously the next day. So we're going to start out with the adhesion promoter, the Duplicolor product I spoke about earlier. We're going to go ahead and get a coat on the entire bed, with the exception of the bottom, because I've been thinking about this thing and I talked to a few folks, and we've got to put this down in layers. It just won't be a single pass where it's real thick. So I've got to have path to get in and to get out. So we won't be doing the bottom. Obviously, that's where I'm going to be crawling around on until the very last thing, and we will literally work our way out. So at this point, we're going to start with the plastic adhesion promoter. We're going to spray the bed down, see how it turns out. All right, we have the gun with the correct nozzle. There's two different nozzles that come with this kit. Got to pay attention which one to use, because they do cover a couple different lines of blowguns here and product compared to what nozzle you need to do. Take the contents of the bottle, mix it with 8 ounces of the activator, and I'm going to run this thing at about 62, 63 PSI. That says you can go up to 65 with the way I'm wanting to put it on. very hot, very humid today. So we're gonna take our time. Try not to make a mess, but no guarantee, okay? All right, I'm gonna take you guys up, get a little bit closer look. As you can tell, it kind of looks like a speckled pup. But that's the way that the directions told us to do it. Just kind of spray on, not a full coverage, but just get splatter everywhere. And that's what we did. Let me carry over here and show you exactly what we did. And this is what the gun looks like that we're working with when it doesn't have the bottle attached to it. I'm gonna hold it upside down so that doesn't drip everywhere. But one of the recommendations, and the folks that I talked to said, always make sure you clean your gun out between applications, because we got to wait about 15 minutes. And what I've done here is I just got some lacquer thinner. That's denatured alcohol, but a lacquer thinner. Right there it is. I poured this drink bottle, water bottle, about half full, stuck the gun down in it, pulled the trigger, and blew everything out. Because like I said, it's 90 some odd today, high humidity, and we've got to wait 15 to 20 minutes for this stuff to flash off. So that's my cleaning process. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll find out a little later in the video. One more thing that I do, I don't know that it's necessary, but I find, especially dealing with paint, when I'm working on projects like this and I'm going to be repetitively using the same thing or multiple colors, it doesn't really matter. You got to understand that we don't know how long these type cans are set up on the shelf, from the manufacturer to the retailer to us buying it. So what I like to do is shake them up and get them agitated, but as I'm using them, I'll turn them upside down and then shake them again once I pick them back up. And I find, especially with paint, and I don't know how it's going to work here with this adhesion promoter, but especially with paints and enamels, this works very, very well. And just a little thing that I picked up on years ago seems to work quite well for me. All right, this is the second coat, and just for your reference, I've used what feels like about a half a bottle. So I'm going to go ahead and try to fill in the areas that I left light, and then the next can we'll try to do a full coverage. Again, it's been about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and I think the way this thing is going to work out, I'm going to have 2 bottles left over, which is great, because I'm probably going to wind up using that on the 49 here before too much longer. But the kit comes and it says that it'll do like 102 or 104 square feet. And the math on this bed of this truck, again, a 69 short box, is about 62 to 64. So, you know, we're about 40 square feet off, but that's more than enough to do the trunk of that 49. So let's see how the math works out, how the spread goes, and get this second coat laid down. All right, we've got just a little bit left in the first can. We've pretty much got a really good coverage. I'm going to go ahead and spray this one out, just like I talked about earlier. I'm going to go ahead and put the final cover on the sides, and then I'll go ahead and start making ready to do the bottom. But I probably could have done a little bit better if I'd have understood the coverage. But nonetheless, we got a little bit left here, so we're not going to waste it. All right, while we're waiting on this last application on the sides and the front to cure out, went ahead and got my respirator out. I'm going to spray out the 2 bottles. This will be on the floor in the tailgate. Last time I had enough air floating around in here that it kind of pulled everything to the top, but I'm going to be up in the corners and down on my knees basically with the stuff blowing in my face PPE, guys, safety. Try to get all of this laid down, get it all halfway sprayed in here in a little bit. I may have told you wrong. I don't think I'm going to get away with what I've got left in this bottle here, so I'll wind up probably using it and going ahead and using the third bottle, but I'm fairly certain I'm not going to have to worry about the fourth bottle. We'll put it on the shelf, maybe get a couple more to take care of the 49 in the weeks to come. We are back in the shop. There's been a couple days past. Work and life kind of gets in the way of things. You know how that goes. But we've got the tape still on the truck. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. And then once we get everything kind of pulled out of the way where we can see, we'll go around and look at it. The actual end product I'm very pleased with. Turned out very well. In the words of Henry Ford, if you think you can do something or you think you can't do it, either way, you're right, okay? So if you don't try, you'll never know. Never did this before. Just followed the instructions. I looked at some fellow guys on YouTube and how they had went about doing some things, and just took my time, and it turned out very well. So give me just a second to get all of this mess torn off, and we'll go around and look at the edging. And of course, we still got to put the fuel tank back in, and I'm going to clean out and wash out the toolbox before I put it back on. Because we are, like I say, getting ready to go to make it up to Tennessee here next month. So got have everything cleaned up nice and neat, right? But anyway, thanks for sticking around. Let's get this paper in. As you can see, I just went under, stayed under the lip of the bed. I didn't want to wrap it around. Just like the look on these trucks better this way than trying to go over the top. Plus, this truck's working days for the most part's over. It's just going to be hauling my sorry rear end around with a few other things and going to shows. But again, really good coverage. Got a little bit of a glare there, but as you can tell, I mean, it's a very high quality end result that we got here. Going ahead and covered up the tailgate as well. Very, very pleased with the product. We'll go up here and look a little bit closer at the back wall again. There we go. There's the wires for the fuel gauge in the tank, but turned out very well. Turned out very, very well. Happy with it. The only thing left to do really is to clean up our mess, and there's a table full of stuff here. It looks like a bomb's went off, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for spending time on my channel. We're almost at that 1,000 mark. I sent something out on Facebook, and a lot of folks responded. I'm so very grateful for that, guys. There's people out there that just in a year's time, they've got 100,000, 200,000 subscribers. That's great. I can't work at this thing like they do full time all the time. Those days will come. Those days will come, because the big picture is to do YouTube for the most part full time as I get a little bit closer to ending my working career. But I can't do that. Try to give you as good a content as I can, at the time that I've got to work with. So the fact that you do spend time with my channel, I want you to understand that it is certainly appreciated. I couldn't do it without you. I do enjoy doing this, but again, we're right there at that 1,000. We pick up 8 or 9 more, we're going to be there. And for those folks that have been there from the beginning, thank you so very much. I still see the comments. I still see where you're watching the videos. I appreciate it so very much. So hit like and subscribe, share, tell folks about the channel. If there's something you see that I'm doing that you would like to see more of, by all means, leave me a comment. Drop something there in the comment. Like I say, hit the like and subscribe. Now, I will say this. We're going to do a video, probably shoot it tomorrow afternoon. I've got my daughter going to be helping me with the camera, that has absolutely nothing to do with the content that we've done so far in this garage, this channel. It's nothing. It's something else that I do, something that I'm involved in. But I want to explain it to you, why I'm doing it. It's something I've done for a very long time, but it has absolutely nothing to do with the content so far of Russ Lover's Garage and working on cars. But indirectly, it is extremely important that I do this. So again, thanks for sticking around to the end of this video, and as always, God bless.